beginner, so you have to accept to go further. You have to accept to go beyond the expectation. You know, go the extra mile. And when you go to the extra mile, you do things that others won't do in order to have things that others won't have. So basically, this is my philosophy. My philosophy is this: don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. So basically, if you want to change your community, so first of all, you have to change yourself first. Or are you going to change the other person if you don't change yourself first? As the Bible say, so you cannot see that there is like, you know, something in the eyes of your brother if you don't remove yours first. First of all, you remove yours, and after that, you can remove the others. Okay? So basically, how can you improve yourself? Or what is the process of self-mastery? One of the best way you can improve yourself is by your surrounding, right? Because Rousseau say you are the product of your environment, right? So you have to try to hang out with the right people. Let's say if you want to be rich or whatever you want to be, if you want to be a doctor, you hang out with doctor. If you want to be a preacher, whatever it is, so you try to follow the white model. Because you become who you spend time with. And you also become who you listen to. Okay, so basically that's the first commitment, which is you have to be the best product ever on the marketplace. Because basically, even if you go to work, they don't pay you because you exchange time for money. They pay you for value. Because you can just stay home and just sleep, and time is passing, and they pay you. No, they don't pay you because of the time that you spend, but they pay you because of the value that you bring to the marketplace. Okay, so the second commitment is the commitment to win with others. How can you win with others? There is a book that John Maxwell wrote. The name of the book is 22 Ways You Can Actually Win with Others. And the first one is to be a good listener. Sometimes when people have having like conversations, sometimes they're not really connected. Like it's like, let's say I'm having conversation with you right now, and it's like you waiting for me like to end, to stop talking in order for you to begin. No, it's not like this. So you have to listen. You have to be a good listener. And even God, like for example, like God created us with one mouth and two ears. That's a symbol. That's the symbol, which means that you have to listen more than talking. Because when you talk, you are listening to the things that you already know. But when you listen, you're learning. Because like everybody you meet is an expert in something. Yeah, I don't know, you know, I don't care which background, but like if I met you, so I have to listen to you first, because I will know who you are by what you are saying. Okay, so that's the first thing. You have to be a good listener. And the second thing is to be humble. Don't be arrogant.
Come on now.
Yeah, be humble, don't be arrogant. Like, being a leader doesn't mean that you have to be like, for example, you don't have to look at the position. Because you yourself, you cannot win without others. You need others to complete you in order to be what you are supposed to be. I usually hear people say like, I am self-made. No, there is no self-made. Because actually, you need people in order to go where you want to go.
Yeah.
So this is like being arrogant. So how can you say, oh, I am self-made? No. You win because of others.
Yes.
Right? So basically, there is a third thing that I would like to talk about too. So, generally, you have to treat people well, right? Treat people well. There are many ways. There are three great ways you can treat people well. For example, I can see my cousin Jimmy right here and I say, oh man, that's a nice shirt. That's a nice suit. Oh, I like that suit. I like that shirt. So like, give a compliment. Show them that they are important. Like, never show that you are important. Because people don't really like when someone is bragging, right? So they want you to say something good about them. They want you to compliment them. When they do something for you, try to compliment them for what they do for you. And then there is a second method. When you're listening to someone talking, try to pay attention. Like, there are so many ways that you can pay attention. Let's say you're talking to the person, you can just like, okay? Yeah, so show the people that you are connected with them. Few communicate, but not all of them really connect. So it's not only about communication, but it's also about connection. It's like the wireless, so the signal has to be, very, very high, right? So, yeah, I don't know if you guys have questions before we keep on so far. Any question? Any question? Any concern? Yeah, I know. Like, I had so many things that I like to cover, but we don't really have the time, I'm just like, breaking down a little bit, because basically I was talking about the 5 levels of leadership, but we don't really have the time to talk about it. But we're just talking about the 4 commitments. Like, we already talked about 2 commitments, which is like, the first commitment was like the commitment like with yourself, and then the second commitment is the commitment with others, and the third commitment is the commitment with God. So basically, commitment with God is equal to commitment with others, because God said, if you don't like the border, that is like, if you don't like your border, how can you say that you like me? So you love me because you love your border. So if we replace x by y, so basically, if you love your brother, so you also love God, right? So that's the commitment with God. So basically, if you understand the commitment with others, you can also understand the commitment with God. So basically, when we analyze it, we see that it's the same commitment. Either you make the commitment with yourself, either you make the commitment with people, either you make the commitment with God. That's the same commitment. Like, you cannot love others if you don't love yourself. You cannot treat people well if you don't treat yourself well, right? So basically, when you treat yourself well, so right now you'll be able to treat people well, and by treating people well, you show that you could also treat God well if God was here. I don't know if you have some questions so far. Yeah, because I see that I go like a little bit too fast, no?
No, you're doing good.
You're right on point.
Okay. Yeah, right on point. Yeah.
Okay. The third thing is giving. You have to give back what you receive. Tony Robbins said, the secret to living is giving. If you look at all the millionaires or multi-billionaires, like Ray Dalio, like Bill Gates, like Warren Buffett, they all have like organization to help people, because they say if we receive, we have to give back what we receive, right? So basically, we are in the world, right? So our presence in the world has 2 effects on the world. So either we make the world a better place, or either we worsen the world. So these people, they say, we're not called to worsen the world. We are called to make the world a better place. So if we receive, we have to give back what we receive. So that's why the feed people, when you take, like, for example, Tony Robbins' organization, like it fed like over more than 300 million people, right? So basically, when I'm following this model, I say, okay, so I guess that's a good idea. And every day I try to feed at least one person, right? So try to do something, try to bring value, try to help people. That's why I say you have to bring back what you receive. If you receive, you have to give back. And I'm about to leave, you know, and I would like to talk a little bit about, you know, that book,
Your book.
you know, because we don't really have time, so we have to summarize things, you know, a little bit, you know. And this is a book that I wrote like in August. Basically, I came here like on December 2006.
That's what I was going to
From
tell
where?
them.
From
Haiti.
Yeah, from Haiti.
And how old are you?
I just turned 20 right now. And
He just turned 20. He's an international student.
yeah, yeah. So basically, I came here on December 2016 with a student visa.
16?
Uh-huh.
16, yeah.
And he wrote his piece.
With a student visa, but basically,
Yeah,
yeah, if F1 visa, exactly.
well, yeah, she's an international student
Oh,
too.
you're international student too? Okay,
5 years.
that's good. Yeah, basically, you know how hard like it is like when you come in like on a student visa, you know. Basically, it was really hard for me because I was like a spoiled only son, you know, only child. You know?
Where you from?
Like
He,
I'm from
Okay.
Rice. So I was like the only son of my family, you know. You are like a spoiled brat, you know. Whenever you got into a problem, so there was always someone who gets you like out of the problem. But when you come here in the country, you come here by yourself. You don't even like right now. So if you have a problem, so you have to try